So in this section we are going to see about rendering. So how rendering works in Next.js. So there are three types of rendering patterns. First is server component rendering and client component rendering, and the combination of both, that is composition pattern. So for understanding rendering, docs is the best source I choose. So let's see one by one. So first, what is the benefit of server rendering? Means we can fetch data quickly, and the security of our API and caching, and we can reduce client JavaScript bundle size, and the initial payload will be fast, and SEO and other social shareability. Server side rendering is best. We can also stream our HTML content as chunks to the client. So how server components are rendered? So to understand this, first let's see how the Next.js renders the server component. First, React renders server components into special data format called RSC payload, that is React server component payload. So what it means, RSC payload is a binary representation of the rendered server component, that is React server component. So it has placeholders for client component, and it has the props for from server to client component, and it has the rendered result of the server component. So it is the binary representation of rendered server component. So then it creates in the server, and after the Next.js uses RSC payload and client JavaScript to render our HTML on the server. Then the HTML is immediately sent to the front end, but it is a non-interactive one. So our client will use RSC payload to update the DOM, and the client side JavaScript will iterate the components and make our application interactive. So this is the process happening behind the scenes. So first RSC payload will be created, and from the RSC payload and client component JavaScript we create a non-interactive HTML, and using the RSC payload in the client side we update the DOM, and after updating we use JavaScript instructions to make the non-interactive HTML to interactive based upon user action. So this is the thing happening. So we can do server rendering with three methods, like static rendering, dynamic rendering, and streaming. Streaming we already discussed, like we need to use suspense and it will create the boundaries. So for static rendering, it is the default rendering, so we don't need to change anything. So the default one is static, so it will be run at the build time. So dynamic rendering means we have a dynamic route that will happen at the request time. So all request time happenings are comes under dynamic rendering. So how to switch to dynamic rendering means we need to use a dynamic function, or if the request is uncatched data is discovered means then Next.js will switch to dynamic rendering. So uncatched data means that is the uncatched data. So what is dynamic function means, it is the functions which will be changed or that will be used at request time. So for example, cookies, headers all comes under dynamic function, and search param props which we use in the pages will comes under dynamic function. Also we use some segment config methods, segment configs to declare dynamic page. So that segment config we will see later. So first how to switch to dynamic rendering we see. So first dynamic function and data, we have two things. So no dynamic function means it is statically rendered and the data is cached. So dynamic function yes means it is dynamically rendered, so data is cached. So no dynamic function but the data is uncatched, then it is dynamically rendered. Then the dynamic function is, then it is dynamically rendered and the data is not cached. So this is the table we can understand the how dynamic function and data are used to switch to dynamic rendering. So we need to keep in mind that we don't change manually static rendering or dynamic rendering, we can change, but our main criteria should be which data to catch or which data to revalidate, and what component to stream. So these three things we need to choose, because the optimistic rendering will be chosen by Nest.js accordingly. So our work is we need to choose catch or when to revalidate the data, what to catch and when to revalidate our data. So streaming we already discussed, so that we use suspense, React suspense to make our components as chunks from server to client. So next one is client component. So why we use client component means we want to browser API or for the interactive state use effect and event listener, then these are things we need to use, means then we need to go to client rendering. So how client rendering means we need to use the use client. We already seen this. At the top of the page we need to use client, and below the use client all the import statements are client side bundle. So below the use client all the import statements are client side bundle. We can define many use client and we can separate the boundaries, and that bundles will be thumb from server accordingly. So how the client rendering happens? So it is similar to the server rendering. So first React renders server components into RSC payload, and which includes reference to client component. So where to insert the client component, all references are included in the RSC payload. Then Nest uses RSC payload and client JavaScript instruction to create a non-interactive HTML. Then that HTML will be served to client. Now client uses RSC payload to update the client and server DOM trees, and finally JavaScript instructions iterate our components to make the UI interactive. So this is the client rendering, how happens behind the scenes. So if we navigate between front and back, means that happens in the client side. So once the HTML is rendered and come to client, then the navigation happens in the client side. So this is the client. So we can use client to make a component client. So we don't want to use client many places. So we have defined our client side logic, and from the logic we import the files in one file. So in that file we can use client. So like this example, they use state and they use the button, and finally they imported all the things in Toggle, but they did not use client in the use Toggle or button. They only use client in the Toggle.js. So we use the logic and finally we are importing the things. So and above that we use client. So below the use client all the import statements are client components, client side bundle. And if we have any children of the client component, then that also comes under client side bundle. So next we see about composite pattern.